Hey, you alright?
Hey, what's up, Shay?
How's it going? You said your the New York session starts now.
No, it starts at 9, but I just like wanted to get like an hour to analyze and properly,
Oh, that's good. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stuff together.
I mean, I'm gonna put it on my computer, but I took a bite in literally in the first start of New York.
Hmm.
It was like a temporary bag, so I was looking for sales,
Yeah,
but it took out my supply. And I can see a break in meter still, but I'll share my screen and then if you want to share yours after, it's up to
yeah.
you.
Let me make you host.
2 seconds. I'm gonna switch it over to the PC first.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I thought it'd be nice to protest because I feel like I'm going in a spiral.
Yeah, it happens to all of us. Sometimes you get it, and then sometimes it kind of, you know, feels like you're not getting it again, and then it's like a little loop.
Yeah.
It's the learning curve. I mean, just now I was in a sell and I was in the right direction of the market, but then I somehow talked myself out of it and I closed the position and now the position's headed to my TP. So,
Um.
so yeah, it happens.
But how do I share this? 1, 2, 6.
I made you host, so at the bottom, unless you want the other side to be a host, the other computer.
Yeah, yeah, do the other
So
one. Yeah.
yeah, so go ahead and click on it, the one that says the name, and then the three dotted blue lines. Just go ahead and click on those and make host from your end. Because I've already made you host, so you'd have
Okay.
to on your end.
Trying to figure out what is fine. That's it. Can you see my screen?
Um, it's loading up. I think it should be ready soon. Yep, I can see it.
All right, cool. So here, this is where I caught the buy. It might be a bit messy, but
Hmm.
my first zone was from here. So this was my because I marked this zone out here
Hmm.
as my trend line liquidity. So I thought, okay, cool, this might be the unintentional move because I could see here in London, as you know, it made like a strong push to the downside, showing that bears were in control.
Hmm.
And a lot of imbalances were kind of forming.
Hmm.
Whereas here, which gave me confidence that like this push to the upside wasn't valid, it's because there was no imbalances. It was everything was being closed. It was very minimal movement.
Hmm.
So I thought, okay, cool, this could we could be in phase 2 here. And then trendline was built up here. It was swept just before New York, and
Hmm.
then it came up. I was anticipating for this zone to be hit here, but I just didn't know whether to cover that full high. So on the 3 minute, it looked like this. You see that blue candle before this impulse candle here?
Yeah.
And then on the 1 minute, it looked like this. And I thought, okay, cool. On the 1 minute, it looks more clean. But to probably cover my back, it would be best to cover the highs. But obviously, I didn't enter the sell here. But I went for the buy straight away because I saw that there was a build up here of equal highs.
Yeah.
It got swept out by this impulse candle. I entered from here, and
Yeah.
then it went and hit TP here.
No, that was a good trade because I had the same thing. The impulse candle from a 1 minute. Well, it was a 5 minute impulse candle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had the same position. Matter of fact, I'm still in it now.
Are you on?
Yeah, it's still pushing up. I took the buy up to the supply. So it's a for a 1 to 7. So it's still pushing through. Actually, it should hit TP shortly, but that was that position for EU. GU is the one that I talked myself out of
Okay.
the buy, I mean the sell. But then it actually came in induced and then took me out of I put myself into a buy position because I realized it was a buy opportunity. But
Yeah.
because I closed a sell, then price sold down and induced my buy position because I took it from the impulse candle similar to EU,
Yeah. Yeah.
induced the impulse candle and pretty much more than half of the trend line, and now it's pushing up to finish sweeping the upside, the trend line from the top side, and then the supply. But actually, let me see. I'll probably share with you the same. Let me see. Can I?
Just a quick one. You see here where I've marked out break and retest. Was this class as a break and retest here? You see how it caused the break, and then obviously it's kind of
Yes, that is.
okay. Cool.
It retested twice, as you can see. The second
Yeah.
time, right there, yeah, it wicked above it, but it didn't
Okay.
close. It was somewhat close the body, which just couldn't explain why we push him up through it right now. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, I should have held longer, but something I was so focused on trying to sell here that I said I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna buy to the zone and then look to see if there's an opportunity to sell. I didn't really look at price action properly.
yeah, yeah, no, that buy you took, it was it has a lot more room to go. Actually, I'll show you because this is the second buyer control. Let me show you.
How do I unshare my screen so you can
I
see
think
yours?
on the top of where it shows you the zoom, it should probably say stop sharing, like in red. Or maybe you could just click on my name, the one that just has the word, and you
Oh yeah,
can yeah, you can put make host. Let me see if it give me. Yeah. So don't not the one with the photo, but the one that doesn't have me. You can make it a host and then I'll share it.
doesn't say to make hosting.
Does it give you the option?
No.
Did you click stop? Oh, you did stop sharing. So
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to, do you see where the word sauce, not my image, but just the word sauce on the screen where we're all at the gallery.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Go to the gallery
gallery. This is view profile.
and then you should be able to click on.
Show yourself view. No, it doesn't give an option to.
You already clicked stop sharing, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you
Uh,
not just click the green button or let you share straight away?
Yeah, that's when you share, but for me, it won't let me share because I would have to make that page that one a host. So right now, I have the option to share.
Hmm.
Let's see if I can have the option to share, then I should have the option to make it a host. No, it's not letting me. I think you're still when I made you a host.
Am I doing it? So I click on your name, source, the three dots, yeah?
Yep. Does it say make host?
No, it says view profile chat pin. Is it pin?
No, it's not pinned. Yeah, that's strange. I'm not sure
I,
why it does that. Let me see if it's how do I see? That is very strange
well, it says on the hosted phone.
because on my own profile, it doesn't even give me the option. Let me see. Try it on this computer.
Uh,
No. Okay, maybe on this computer I can. Yeah, I can share now. So it was it. I didn't have to make it a host. It just allows anyone
oh, okay, cool.
to share. So let me share screen one. So it's the same trade that you took, but I'm assuming you just got out a bit earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah. So this is the same trade you saw that I saw as well. Price came, mitigated, and this is just on a 5 minute.
right.
Price came, mitigate the higher time frame supply, which I believe was made from Thursday. So that was previous day. We haven't had a medium inducement for New York session. Um, Even for London, what we've had was a mitigation of a prior day of a previous day supply. So we haven't had an inducement yet. So a
Yeah,
medium inducement, I'll say. So we still in a continuation of buys, which is a pro trend overall. We've been, it's been a bullish market. We just had these slight retracement, and then we're continuing. So granted, the other sellers were in control here for this retracement. Same thing here, but I saw the same bot as you saw because once we came back to this zone after this mitigation. We came down, mitigated this zone. We gave ourselves a change of character. The same buildup you were looking at is the same buildup that I saw, and then you see this impulse candle right here with
yeah.
yeah, and that's the one I took it from. So once
Okay.
price did this build up, trend line, impulse candle right underneath it on a 3 minute, it's the same. You can see the same clarity. right there on the 1 minute. It obviously doesn't look like an impulse candle, but you can see that it just looks like it doesn't look like a zone underneath this trend line. But once you get to that 3 minute and 5 minute, you could see you were able to see what it was, which is in this case this impulse candle, which also lied within after price pushed out, it left this order block right here. Actually, I think it's on a 3 minute. Yeah, 3 minute order block is inducement pushed out. I used from this high to this low, pushed it out. So this would be like a demand if price was to retest. But instead of retest, it just came and did an inducement of these lows, pushed out. So we've
Yeah.
got 1, 2, 3 buyer inducement. So we know buyers are in control. So more likely this zone is gonna fail. This would be a smart money trap. And price is probably going to carry through these trend lines and take Asia high. That's just probability. I'm not saying that it will
Yeah.
100% because price could easily react from this zone here, give us a change of character or induce it, give us a change of character, push down, or even come and induce this one, which will be a previous day structure, and then give us that will be our medium inducement. So right now, this was me buying into the medium inducement, which would be to come take out this zone here because this is a trend, it's within a trend line. So if price is able to induce this zone, even if it doesn't take Asia high, just induce this zone and give me a lower time frame confirmation, like a change of character or two-leg protocol or some sort, then I would take the sell down to sweep all of these trend lines. Because I don't know if you remember what Yeremi was saying yesterday, that the inducements leads to the sweep of the inducements are like I have it written down. Let me grab the notes.
They hold more precedence than the liquidity sweep, but the liquidity sweep is the ones that push it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So in that case, this is what we're seeing right now. These are the inducement that's pushing price, perhaps to, as I took this trade, to come do the medium inducement. Once this medium inducement is done, or let's say it mitigates it and it pushes down, then it's probably not going to be a full push down as a reverse. So it's probably just going to be a push down for a retracement to mitigate a lower zone and push through it. But if it
Yeah.
does induce it the entire zone, then I could look for that sell to sweep these lows, this smart money trap, perhaps even get through this zone to finally take out the previous day low, which is down here. I've marked my previous day low with these long bars. So this is the previous day high,
Yeah.
and this is the previous day low. So we haven't taken either of them out. But what we've done, what we could possibly do is have a medium inducement here being made that can push us down to finally take this previous day out. You know
How
what I mean?
would you class that one? Do you know the supply zone there as a medium inducer? I think that's where I get confused sometimes because Uremia will say it's the previous day structure, but
Yeah.
this is London from today.
This one right here.
Yeah.
Um, well, it is Asia, but for on my chart, it shows that it was printed on Thursday, the candle. It was like Thursday
Okay.
afternoon, Thursday evening.
Okay.
So
Cool.
it could just be because I think the same thing happened with Wasim. We were looking
Okay.
at Asia session range and what his Asia was showing as far as the timing was a little bit different from what my Asia was showing. Like my Asia would say that um it was made on I think it was Sunday and his was showing that it was printed on Monday. So
Okay.
sometimes that can cause confusion. So what I would say is just monitor that session as price approaches the zone, or if it does approach the zone, just monitor it. Don't just take my word on that I'm waiting for this inducement. Obviously, that's what I'm waiting for is to see that it get induced. And I would
Yeah.
classify it as that medium inducement simply because on my chart it's showing it's Thursday, but I don't know if it's something I did different because I don't have Sydney um on my chart. So I don't know if that makes a difference. Do I even have this on? Let me
No,
turn it.
I don't have Sydney, but I have the Luxaldo thing. But I used the do you know the Nico Asia range by Nico?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that as well.
I was using that. I actually turned it off because I started using this right here, the ICT kill zone.
That does look better to be fair because you can actually see price action a little bit better in terms of
Yeah. like 100%. And it also allows me to see the previous day highs and lows without me having to always draw a line, because I did have to do that a lot. Always draw a line. The only thing is it doesn't show me the previous day as in the structure,
Mm.
the swing highs and swing lows of the previous day. But as far as the internal structural highs and lows, it marks those. And when they're taken, it removes it off the chart. So it's not like I have a bunch of lines just sitting.
Okay. So you see, this is another thing that I probably get confused with because I saw that because London was printing so much bearish movement, I thought that the trend was bearish
Yeah.
because I didn't really look too far to the left. I know there was one time I think MK asked me, you read me a question, and he said I know it was from for London session. He said from 8 a.m. just look from to the left, but not all the way to the left. Just focus on what Asia's doing. So I've kind of taken that same concept as just look at what London's done and get a continuation or reversal from there. So I think that's why also I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna because I was looking at that zone there because I also took I forward tested. I didn't actually go for the trade, but you see the sell that you've taken in London.
Yeah.
I literally put the exact same zone there, and I was said to myself, oh, I could actually take the trade back up to that supply zone for it to get cancelled out. But I was like, it looks like it's just a temporary buy, and then I'll sell back down from the zone that I showed you earlier on.
Yeah, it was a terrible it was a terrible feeling because let me share that screen because it this is my London's with the GU screen. It was
Yeah,
literally this sell right here I took at this impulse candle. As you see, price came and
yeah,
sit and then push out. So I knew the buy. Well, I took a sell up here first, and I realized, no, what am I doing? This is not a sell because what I saw was this high came through, induced this zone, pushed
yeah.
down, and made this inducement, but this inducement failed to break this high, so I didn't classify it as an inducement, and then it just came down and broke the low, gave me a change of character. So at that point, I'm like, okay, this build up led to this inducement. This inducement brought this down to mitigate this zone. This mitigation gave me this high, this series of build up. As soon as I seen this inducement happen down here,
Mm,
for this build up that happened, this inducement, did a market entry for price to then push me up, but price didn't. So what I should have done was wait for price to come up and do this change of character, break of structure, and then wait for my entry. But I just kind of jumped ahead because I saw that EU had already pushed.
yeah,
So I figured, you know what? I may not need to, it might not, I mean, look what it did. After it did this change of character break of structure, it didn't come back. I mean, maybe it could come back now, but it didn't come back, which is what I presumed that it would do, simply because I saw EU had already pushed out from the zone. So I knew that if GU was to leave from the same zone, it might not leave, give me a change of character break of structure, then come back, mitigate here, and then push out again. So I try
yeah,
to get ahead of it and be with it, but I jumped the gun, so it took me
yeah.
out.
That was literally me yesterday. I think I was too focused on, and I accidentally clicked buy and sell. So like I had to close it all out, and I just literally said I'm not trading no more today because I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah,
like because sometimes I don't do marks. Sometimes I just do market execution
yeah,
because I'm still trying to figure out how to like make sure that the zones are exactly the same on MT5 and TradingView. So now I'll just like, if it's coming to my zone, I'll just click buy or sell automatically, manually, if that makes sense.
yeah. No, it does. This morning for London, there was a beautiful setup for EU. We had this here, this buy, and this
Yeah.
sell. Both together was like perfect setup coming out of Asia. Asia gave us a build up inducement here inside of this consolidate above this consolidation zone.
Mm.
Pushed over the high, came under the low. Price game here gave us an inducement, pushed up, gave us a change of character here, built up this trend on liquidity. So I had this as my extreme. And then right here where the low, this inducement that pushed up, that broke this structure, giving us the BOS, I said
Yeah.
that's my decisional. Price came down, slightly mitigate this. I like to see when price do these little taps into zones where it doesn't fully mitigate it, because I know the next time it revisits, it's just going to induce it and push off from there. So when that happened, well, especially when it does this and it leads to a BOS, not just if it does it, and let's say it went right here, I'm expecting for it to come do that and push out. But being that it led to this high, this push way up here, when it came back down, I had my position tapped in here, this 3 pip stop loss, and I took it up here for 1 to 4. And then I was not sure if price was going to go through this zone or if it was going to react from here. So I just kind of took the TP here.
Yeah.
And I was expecting something more up here, price to come to this zone perhaps. Even though there was this trend line, I'm like, maybe we'll get like a slight reversal. I'd probably catch a quick counter and then get back to pro trend. But I noticed that price did this, this push down, give me an M1 shift, and then came back here. And then I entered from that M1 shift. So this was a high, low, high, low, high, low, broke the structure, came up here, entered from here, and I sold down because it's the same thing that I was saying with what Urimi said. These inducement 1, inducement 2, inducement 3, they then become liquidity to be swept. Trend line, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Even with here, we have in somewhat similar process. Inducement 1, inducement 2, inducement 3, a bit of a trend line right here. We could say a bit of a trend line right here. Granted, it's a pretty big trend line, so price may not take it all today, but we've got trend line right here. So who's to say if we do get this medium inducement, whether it's here or other Asia high, that we can't dump and take the whole buildup of these, and you know what I mean? To take the entire zone to finally come take out the swing low of the previous day. So that's kind of what today I kind of was practicing identifying that these inducements would later on become these liquidity. So when I saw these buildups and I saw this M1 shift, I just took the chance. It's not really a setup of mine where I just take a trade from just a M1 shift. Usually I like to see the break of structure, like a change of character, break of structure, and then retrace, and then give me that mitigation. But in this one, it was just a long shot and just so happened to work out.
No, yeah, that's sick, man. I feel like, yeah, no, that is good. I feel like, I don't know. You see, how did you identify? Obviously, you know how you're saying, okay, cool, the overall trend is buyers. Did you kind of forget about London itself and look, just don't, because there was a 1 hour demand zone that I marked out, and I said to I put it in my journal. I said maybe that's why prices shut up because it taps into this demand here that you've got there from the impulse.
For from the top or the low?
From the low. So you see the demand zone, yeah.
This one here.
No, you've marked it out and prices tapped into it already.
This one.
Yeah, that one there.
Yeah.
So that one, I was like, is that the reason why? But it didn't break any structure. So I thought maybe it's just to kind of entice buyers to come in temporarily for it to then get taken out.
This definitely is the reason why we're getting all this bullish momentum for sure.
Yeah.
This high led to this low led to this high led to this low led to this high that broke this structure and these internal structures and induce here. Price return back to it, mitigate. So yeah, we could get a push past all of these, but granted, this didn't break this high here, so we may not come all the way for this high. But if we do, it's fine. That's the previous day swing high. So whatever happens from here, if price induce this and mitigates this overall zone here, we know we're going to get a reversal somehow if it's still during the session. If not, and price just simply come up here, induce this zone because this high did not break this high, and price just did this mitigation to push up here, induce. Maybe let me see. Let me use the fib tool. So we're approaching that 6.18 here, which I don't think is going to be valid. So let me do it from the bottom. See if we came down to 6.18. Yeah. So A, B, C, which was this zone here. Yeah. So we should be able to push up here and take this high to give us to take out. Because the pro trend is buys, you know what I mean? So it's like we're sticking with the pro trend of the market, and this is what we'll see. Now we could look all the way left on this side and say, okay, the overall high time frame was bearish here. Let's say if we go all the way to the 4 hours, for example, we could say, yeah, we had this whole bearish push down. But if we look on outside of the bearish push down, what have we been doing? It's been bullish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's been bullish, bullish, bullish. This has just been a retracement, complex pullback, or so to say, to mitigate this zone here. and we're pushing back up to perhaps mitigate this here, which is, I believe, was the 6.18 of our premium, I should say. Was this the premium or close to the premium? Yeah, it's like right at the tip of the premium. So price could induce a tap in or give a reaction from here. So all of these are subjective because we are on a very high time frame, 4 hours. So none of this is going to happen now, today, or this week as the week is over with. So I literally just look for these. I literally just hit TP. I literally just look for these probable trades that aligns with current price action. So we've just hit TP. I want to see this zone fail.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna see if price don't fail it and give me a change, like a reaction. This could be the move that comes sweep all of this. But I feel like that would be too obvious because price already did it right here. We already sold off from here.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Which was this demand. So yeah, price could come and induce this zone, which is this high that first mitigated, can induce it. But I don't know if it's gonna induce it to sell all the way down and take this trend line, meaning we only got 1, 2 taps. We haven't even gotten a third tap or more. So I won't predict. I'll just wait and see. And
Yeah.
just what I'm seeing, we had a consolidation right here. My screen acting a little slow. I think it's because I have the magnet on. There we go. So we have this consolidation here. The high is taken, the low is taken. So price could come back down, mitigate this zone here, induce these equal lows could get induced for price to use this fake out as a reason to buy up and take this zone out if it doesn't take it out now.
Yeah, I was going to say that impulse candle in the consolidation price may mitigate because I remember, I think do you know the in-person class we did, and Yurimi was saying that like if the low and the high has been taken,
Yeah,
and it's in context with buys, for example, that price may come back and retest the zone within the consolidation range.
yeah,
Obviously, it might not happen, but
100%. That's possible in this scenario. That's what I'm saying. Watching right now, if price
yeah,
doesn't make that move down here, I may still take a buy up, but let me look at the session range. I've already closed this out, so would it still be valid to do it? We've had a 25 pip run. So from here to, let's say here is about 11 just to induce. It's not too bad. I think it's possible. That would give it about 36 pip for the session. And usually it can give us anywhere between what, 40 to 50 or 60.
yeah,
So if it could mitigate here and then push out to take this zone out and then come in here and then consolidate a bit before taking it out to the rest of the session. I'm not sure, but this is already closed. This closed. Took the loss on GU. Now I'm gonna see if this plays out, then we might take. I mean, right now with a little bit of profit, why not? We could still take the risk on this position here. Playing with a little bit of profit, we'll cover the low of this inducement, and then we'll push it to this high here. So let's just make it right about here. A 1 to 3. We won't anticipate too much. So
yeah.
just gonna put the position right here while we're on the call. I'm probably gonna make it a market entry. Actually, no, let's do a pending. Uh, like I said, I normally, if I wasn't on this, I probably wouldn't take it. But because of the 2 trades that I've already banked, I'm curious to see the outcome.
Yeah.
I just, at the end of the day, it's just I've already banked the profit, so it is what it is. If it don't work out, then it don't work out. I won't go a large lot. I'll probably just do something minimal.
Are you able to? I'll let you do your market execution now. I don't want to distract you, but
What's that?
was gonna say, how are you able to like just so quickly, like, because you see how for me, like when I see the candles like moving so quick towards my zone, and I'm trying to like do a pendant order, trying to know how much lots to put on, it's like, bro, like, like, how are you able to kind of match it together? Or if you got trading view connected to your MT 4 or 5?
I just do it off my other phone. I don't know if you use phone to execute.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, I just execute off my phone. Once I just take this position, the long tool or short tool, just add it. I just look for the coordinates, the coordinates right here to the far
Okay.
right. Use the coordinates, type in the number, and that's it. So just inputting the data. So I see this one, okay, it's right here. It says 1.653. So I just type that into my coordinate on my trade locker. Sometimes it's not the exact accurate, like it'll put me a couple pips away from the actual zone. So I'll just adjust it myself manually.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you're asking, but yeah, that's pretty much what I will do sometimes.
Yeah, I think I overthink it because sometimes I'll add like an extra two, like 0.2 pips from entry, so it makes sure it does actually tap. I've had
Yeah.
so many times that it won't tap into my zone by like literally less than a pip, and then it will go off on like it will shoot up. It's like now that I will make sure if I'm doing pending orders that I will kind of like you know
Yeah.
make sure it's up.
I'll get you.
But you see, in terms of your checklist and stuff. Do you kind of like, is that something that you have on two screens where you just double check and thing, or is it like it's ready in your head, like how you kind of like process how you're gonna enter the trade and stuff like that?
Yeah, I have a series of different checklists.
Yeah,
Um, in this case here, it's a continuation trade. I've already been in this overall trade here that I already checked off all my checklists.
yeah,
Uh, so for me, for this one, it wasn't necessarily a situation where I need to reevaluate everything. I know that I stopped the trade here because I knew price was going to give me a reaction here. Now I wasn't sure if the reaction was going to be a push through or if it was going to be a retracement, come down, give me a change of character and break of structure, and then retrace to mitigate and push down. But if price comes here and hits this order block, then it invalidates the sell from here. So that's why I
yeah,
put the position here. If it does come into the zone, this cell gets invalidated, it comes around to return back to the zone. These are the early sellers that's pushing it right now. So those early sellers that's pushing the market, um, they're gonna meet this zone where this consolidation, the high and the low is taken, and this perhaps is gonna be the resistance to push us back up,
yeah,
you know, or price could easily induce this to come into this here demand, this decisional, and then push us back up to still take out the zone. So those are probabilities. So this is if I was to take two of these trades, I would take this and this.
okay,
I don't think price would just react from here and just come straight down and take the extreme without giving some sort of a retracement. We haven't done any, there hasn't been an M1 shift yet. The M1 shift will be from here, which would be the equal lows. But if the equal lows are swept, that would lead to the mitigation of this here, um, demand zone inside of the consolidation range, which then
yeah.
invalidates this one.
To be fair, it has helped me. I think that's why I'm catching so many quicker trades. Like even the one that I caught, the same entry you had.
Yeah.
Did you know how you were saying in the student call that we had about like the continuous levels of liquidity that will kind of add to confidence that like the price is going to go up more.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of input into this now is that obviously, and also knowing that the lows will lead to like the buyers. Like if the lows are swept, then obviously price is going to go up, vice versa. So I
Yeah.
think that's helped me quite a lot. So now, even when you're marking out your like the wicks of what's been swept, I do the same thing now, and it helps so much more. Because sometimes I'll just be looking at the charts. I'm like, okay, cool, this is what price is doing, but I'm not really marking anything. So that's
Yeah.
really helpful.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, it helps a lot just to mark as you seeing what's happening. It just paved the roadmap for you. See, like right now, it just did this high, low, high, internal low, didn't break this low. So I don't see it to go here and somehow failing to make this high and didn't come down here.
Yeah.
So I think if it does continue without mitigating or taking this equal low, then it's probably just gonna carry through to mitigate in here. But I like this more probable simply because of this trend line. Like I like this. And I was gonna do a market entry too, quite honestly. I was gonna do a market entry from this area, but I figured, you know what? This is not a trade that I'm hungry for.
Yeah.
If it's to be accurate, I want to at least let price take this equal low, take another line of liquidity, sweep some liquidity, and then push up versus just me jumping in early where price is right here and then it comes up and it comes back down where I could have gotten at a better price. So if it doesn't take me out, it's okay. I'll just, I'm okay with that. Yeah, which it doesn't look like it's trying to do right now. It looks like it's just trying to
Has it tapped you in already?
say it again.
Did it tap you in already?
No, not at all. I don't know if you see if you
Oh, I
see,
saw. Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's not giving me that window. I was gonna do a market entry though, but I figured it would have just tapped me in because we were so close to the equal low.
Mm,
Actually, let me go to the 1 minute. Yeah, these equal lows right here.
okay.
But who knows? We probably still could because look, now it's building a trend line. So these are more liquidity levels that it could sweep along with the equal lows in order to mitigate this here impulse candle and give us a push to the upside. Let me see. So I try not to have so many trades in a day. Today just happened to be one of them days. And then Fridays, you also got to be really careful with Fridays because a lot of manipulations and fake outs do happen, like what happened with me on GU. But
Yeah.
EU wasn't mad today. EU gave 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 if this turns out. 4 possible entries, you
Yeah,
know?
that's why I like EU. I feel like EU is a little bit more cleaner than GU. I have back tested a lot on GU too,
Yeah,
but it's just about trying to. Now I've got the two screens because obviously Uremi got me the PC now, so now I'm able to kind of
yeah,
alternate.
yeah,
I can now try and figure out how to kind of use the two. Like if EU's not working out, then I can look here to look on GU. But before it messed me up, man. I'd be like, oh, GU's not giving me nothing. Let me go on EU. And then I realized that GU did give me something and I didn't end up trading at all. So I kind of stuck with EU for quite a while.
yeah. No, it's funny because I was really a big GU fan in the beginning when I first started learning to trade with Uremi. EU used to get me. I used to get faked out so much with EU. I was like, man, I'm going to just try GU. And I would try GU, and GU was very direct. GU was just straight to the point. And I was like, man, I love GU. GU was just always on point. It doesn't do all this fake out. Now it's the total opposite.
Yeah,
EU, I feel like EU is accurate and to the point, and G is just always playing games.
yeah. I feel like with EU, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but like sometimes if it's just an impulse candle, EU will most likely just mitigate and go. Whereas GU has to do some next sort of extra stuff before it starts to move up. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, nah, you're not wrong. It does do all this extra stuff. Like right now, where GU is at, it already took some of the supplies that I was targeting, and
Yeah.
it's approaching the well, it actually just slightly mitigated high, low, fell to make a high, low change of character. Actually, this is myself with GU right now. Oh, didn't catch it. This is my GU cell. I'm mitigating this. Let me see. I want to see if price creates a breakup structure. Supply. Let me share that screen. Let's see if GU can give me this cell because it gave me an internal. I had this high mitigated this supply. This supply led to this overall low that caused this mitigation. We returned to it. High, low, high, fell to break, low, give me an M1 shift, return mitigation. I expect this to push down and sweep the liquidities of the bottom.
Yeah.
It's a probability of GU, but I feel like price already kind of left me. So I'm probably just gonna leave that up, give that away. Yeah, no, it's not done. I feel like it's gonna fail this zone, but this zone is too big for price to just do this little tap. I see
Yeah.
these relatively equal highs. That price will come back up, sweep, as well as this here trend line that's being built. We have this here trend line being built. These relatively equal highs right here. Yeah, I doubt that. This move is already gone. Yeah, these relatively equal highs. So yeah, I don't think this move is done. I think price is gonna still push back up and sweep all of this. So this right here actually might be a smart money trap, a early seller's trap. And then for us to get to really mitigate in here, and perhaps if there is going to be a sell from it, but I don't think this will be the sell of the day for
Yeah.
this, but we'll see. Now EU on the other hand is about to tap me in. It's about to fail the zone that I marked as a smart money trap. Let me see if I can share that back. And we'll check back on GU. If you want to, if any moment you need to show or share something. All right, so it's tapped me in. Now let's see. I'm not expecting it to clear up from here. I do think we could probably get deeper mitigation. I mean, hey,
Is this why
it
you
might even
cover
take,
the
huh?
lows? Sorry, is this why you make sure you cover the entire lows of that range, if that makes sense?
Yeah, I mean, it might even take me out just to do the third tap of this trend line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And look where my stop loss is right before the tap of it. So it might take me out to tap it. It may not, but because of these few trades, I'm willing to take that little risk just to catch this last one or three if it's probable. But I don't know. I guess let me see, how high, this high led to this low broke this structure. So I guess it could have its reason for price to react from here. I just didn't like how it reacted. It literally gave us an equal high. I mean, for me, if this is the way price wants to do things, then I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Because look at this. This is an equal high. It didn't even induce it just to say, okay, I've taken that liquidity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just tapped again.
Yeah, it didn't say I took this liquidity right here. It's a whole trend line, by the way. It didn't say I took this liquidity for it to just say, oh yeah, I'm just gonna tap here and fly off. Uh, maybe you'll fly down to come mitigate this a third time and then push up, but I don't think this is gonna be the push that takes all of this. I don't even think it should break the structure because if it wants to push down, it would have came maybe taking this zone out without mitigating the POI and then push
Yeah.
back up perhaps to give us this because it was a high, low, high. This would be like a two-leg protocol type of thing. And then we would have bought from right here, sell off from like these areas, covering these highs, sell from these areas and then through. But I don't know. But like I said, it's probable it could take me out, but I'm willing to watch that one play out. I knew this was going to be a small money trap. So the liquidity we've taken from this zone has been the small money trap, this trend line liquidity here, this equal lows. Could that be enough for price to revert? I mean to get a push up from? Who knows? Let's see, are we even in a discount zone with this somewhat?
It's tapped into 78.6.
Yeah, it's somewhat a discount. Even if we were to go to the original point of origin, yeah, even at the point of origin, we're not fully at a discount yet. So price could come deep into the zone, maybe induce this low and then push up. But we're getting a reaction right now from the zone. So let's just see what happens.
But do you think, I know it's nowhere near the end of the session, but because we've only kind of got like an hour and a half pretty much, and price has already moved 25 pips, it wouldn't, there's no way that price will come all the way down, sweep the low of the consolidation to then make a big push back up again.
Right. Not to push up to the supply where I'm trying to aim for. Maybe it'll do it just to come back into the zone where the equal high is and consolidate. But I don't know if it's gonna be able to push up all the way there. But for where
I
I
mean,
just,
fine if it reacts from here, what it's doing right now. But I'm saying if it was, you see how price was coming down?
yeah,
I feel like if it came down even further, I don't know. Do you think it would push up again? I don't know how the pick
no,
average.
I don't
But
think
yeah,
so. I don't think we would have gotten that strong run. I mean, right now we have this trend line that it could possibly be taken. Who knows? Maybe it might induce this trend line and push down because the inducements will lead the way. So right now we've had a mitigation, this with a slight minor inducement inside the zone. If this inducement is strong enough, it should lead to a structure here. If we break this structure and we don't continue up, but we just induce right here, then this inducement of this buildup could be the catalyst for price to say, okay, now high, low, mitigation breaker structure, high, failed to make this high, low, continuation of high, low, like high, low breaker structure, high, low to continue downward. So
yeah,
it all matter of what happens here. So I'm still, that's kind of another thing I like to do when I take a certain trade. I like to keep not tabs on it, but I like to read the price action as it keeps going to see if it still aligns with my narrative. Because if it doesn't, then it's no point of staying in that trade if you already can see that the inducements is telling you we're coming back down to take you out, buddy.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But for now, as we saw it, we knew that the lows was taken. We knew that the highs was taken. We saw that we had an impulse candle here. We understood that we've already hit TP from this zone here, from the push. We already know that we're pro trend. We already see that there hasn't been a medium inducement. We're trying to trade into the medium inducement. So all of those confluences that you was asking, for example, those were being confirmed in the mind as you was writing it. I mean, you
yeah,
take a trade. Now, if this was to not pan out, it wouldn't be a situation of bad luck or this was a bad trade, et cetera, et cetera. It simply was a situation where this one didn't work out. But look at this one. This one worked out when we took it. Same situation. It was consolidation. The highs was taken. The low ended up getting taken, which as it got taken, it mitigated into this supply. This
yeah.
mitigation led to this whole push that we got, which gave us the 1 to 7 full TP. Now we've taken the same one here and look where we're heading. Probably same way. You know what I mean?
God's blessing you, man. Sitting TV all day.
So, yeah. But look at this right here. You just remember the inducement I said?
Yeah, yeah,
Easily just come up and induce the trend line. And if that
yeah,
doesn't cause a break of structure with a full body, that inducement could just be the catalyst for price to say, okay, now time to come back down and take out this zone.
yeah,
So we're not in the green yet. We're still in the, we're still inside of this position up until price goes up and close a body above this inducement. What's going to confirm for me that this inducement is valid is if price comes down and breaks underneath the zone. Then I'm like, okay, that's a valid inducement. But if price doesn't come down, doesn't really take out any of these levels, then it's not an inducement. It was just a sweep of this trend line, and it's still going to keep going. So we'll see. Because like I said, remember, we still haven't tapped this the third time yet.
yeah,
Not that we have to, but it's like what you heard me say yesterday. Sometimes you got to remember all of the possibilities of what could happen. So I might move my stop loss, for example, to, let me see, would I go break even? I could go break even simply for the fact, let's see, high, low, boom, high, change of character. That's a big shock. If price comes down and sweep, okay, we could also just come down and get a sweep of this level, and this sweep of this level could push us up. So that's still a strong probability. We have this equal high here that we're magnetized to, and we have this supply here that we're also magnetized to. So we'll see. Before I move my break even, I'm just gonna let this candle close. I want to see how this candle close. Another way I confirm is go to a higher time frame, like a 5 minute, and I
yeah,
see the 5 minute showing. So look, from the 5 minute, I had this rejection from the zone, strong rejection. Okay, so that's a good sign. 15 minute, same. I had a strong rejection here and a little bit of pushback here. I had a pushback from this zone as well. So it's a lot of it's a big fight between this area. It's a big fight between this area. So we'll see. But usually I cap my session at 11, so I don't really go past 11, so to say, to kind of see if price is gonna go further or not. Once 11 o'clock reaches, I close my session.
Is
Uh,
that for in our time, my in UK time?
for me, I don't think that's UK time. I think that's
No, I'm saying is that 4 p.m. UK time? Because you see, for New
yeah,
York, we. Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, 4 p.m. UK time. Because I don't expect price to do too much after 11. Sometimes, yeah, depending on the zone that it reaches. If it
Yeah.
reaches like a very significant zone and it's still giving it some time to do its change of character breaker structure, then yeah. But in this case here, we're not at that type of a zone. Or if maybe we were getting to that zone up there, then I would say, okay, perhaps we can get a big drop. But right now, we're seeing all this consolidation. Price is not moving too strongly. I'm probably just going to move it to the break even, like I mentioned. And then from there, just let price do its thing. It's the end of my session about 10 minutes from now. So if price comes back, takes out that zone, then that's fine. I just broke even. I didn't really take a loss to that position on top of the ones that was before. So I didn't have to force a loss. But if price continue up, then hey, so be it. I'll hit TP. I only took a 1 to 3. I didn't take it further than that. I
Yeah.
mean, normally I would probably take it straight to the equal high, but that wouldn't really be what's the yeah, the RR would make sense. See how this inducement just led to this low? If price doesn't price could potentially come and sweep this low as a reason to start pushing down again. That's the reason why I'm saying a lot of things could be a buildup of price doing certain things. So now we have what this trend line that's being built. One tap, two tap, price could come induce it here. This inducement could be the reason price then say, okay, now let me push up, continue. Or this could be the inducement that led price to this build up that takes all of these zones and then come up, mitigate, expand. So the roadmaps are probably the most headache part of trading because then
Yeah.
you gotta you're picking between all of these different things that could possibly happen and that's probably gonna happen, and you just gotta sit there and wait for which one is gonna happen. Yeah, like in this case, see the trend line is being swept. Price can either dump from here or it can just induce it and then push up from there. Either way it goes, something's probably gonna happen. I might close this trade out. It's 8 minutes left to till 11. Um, it's giving me about I'm up about like 400. I can just close it out. Like I said, I've already TP'd and profited from these. At this point, just closing would just be me closing the fees and stuff like that.
Yeah. Are you? I'm assuming you're funded, right? Are you
Uh,
on?
I use live.
Are you like? Are you? Do you have a swap free? Because obviously, obviously, as you know, like on the psychology concept, I keep saying I don't know whether to go for funded or not. But now it's like I don't know like about the swap fees and whether to use MT4, MT5. Like, I know I've been using MT5 on the demos and it's been quite alright to be fair with you. But been trading from the beginning. I've been using MT4.
Oh, yeah, I used to use MT4 in the beginning too. But right now I just use Trade Locker. Trade Locker is what I've been using because my live account is with it's like KOT Forex, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
So they use they don't use MT4. They used to have MT4, but some reason they stopped using MT4 and they've been using Trade Locker. And Trade Locker is similar. It looks so much like Trading View. That's another reason why I like to use Trade Locker because then it's like I feel like I'm still on the same chart. The interface looks the same. And it makes it easy for me when I'm like checking up on my share. Yeah, so it's about to hit my break even right now. I didn't close it at the 400. So it's came back down. It's like so close to waking my break even, which I'm sure is gonna happen right now. It's playing with me, but at this point, I'm sure it's gonna hit the break even. So I'm just gonna let
Yeah.
it break even. But
Is
this is
that's due to the volume in the bearish candles that's coming towards.
Yeah, at this point, it's already coming down strongly. So I'm sure it's just gonna come down, take out that zone, or at least induce where I entered from and push
Yeah.
and continue to push down to get the third tap on that trend line. So all of that is are there. The only thing I could have gotten into was the sell for GU, which I missed because price did give that M1 shift after we mitigated the top, came back, fell to make a higher, came down, give me an M1 shift, and I missed that entry right here. That would have been that would have been my that would have been my sell for GU that I was trying to get into today. But yeah, other than that, that's about it. Um,
You see, with your top-down analysis, do you, when you're coming onto the charts, just last question, before you come, like, you're coming into your New York or London session, are you starting off from like the 1 hour? Because I know sometimes you ring will be like, I'm on the 15, 5, 3, and 1.
yeah,
But like on the actual live charts, is it like you're on the 15 from like, let's say UK time, 7 a.m., you're on 15 minute, and as soon as it hits 8 a.m., you're on the 5 minute, just looking for,
yeah. I start from the 4 hour just to see the
yeah,
direction. Then I go to the 1 hour. Then I go to the 15, and so on and so forth. Look at look at this, by the way. See, on GU, this would have been the I would have hit 1, 2, 3 already. It gave me the high, low, fell to make a high, created a lower low, gave us an M1 shift right here.
yeah.
This M1 shift, wait, what happened? Oh, I think my screen just refreshed. Okay. Don't know what happened, but okay, let me try it again. Give us this M1 shift right here. And this one right here is what led to this retracement, mitigation of this high that led to the low. Retest, mitigate it, and push down. So this was the sell. Just missed it because I was still checking out on EU for a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
So this right here, this sell confirmation would have aided my understanding of EU probably not going to fully react from this zone all the way up yet. All of it is possible though, because right now it is retracing back up. Granted, it didn't wake me out of the position. It literally came close to it, but it's still there.
And this is where like EU and GU kind of look the same, because if you look on where EU is, where price tapped in and then pushed down where we thought it was going to be taken out,
Yeah,
GU was literally kind of tapped in around the same area
yeah,
and then just pushed down.
yeah, yeah.
It's,
But
it's really,
today wasn't my, granted, yeah, I made a few of these good trades, but honestly, today wasn't my best of my best of days.
yeah.
But like a lot of the trades that I caught today, I was on the other side before I caught it. It wasn't really clear for me in the beginning. And I think part of that was maybe my routine, how I came in the market. So these are things that I got to journal and analyze because there are days where I'm ahead of the chart and I see the move and I'm breaking it down. I'm more in flow. I'm more in sync with what's happening. It could also be because I was trying something different today. Usually I'm reading the inducements to carry on to my next, to stay in a trade. But this time I was marking my inducements simply to understand that, okay, I'm soon going to try to take a trade to come sweep them out, which is I was trying to similarly look for here and same for GU. Granted, GU only had 1, 2, 3, and this fourth inducement. So this would have been my sell to come sweep them all the way down to this zone for GU.
Okay.
But yeah, so being that I was doing something new, maybe that that created this confusion for me. But yeah, something to journal that I see and look at EU pushing back up to the. I still like for EU to go up here though. I still like this to be a smart money trap, but we'll see.
That was like me with the buy. You see how I took the short term buy in EU?
Yeah,
Like initially I wanted to take the sell, but I was just kind of like, I remember like, and you're interested, if it taps in, if you see it coming into a zone, it's at 2 p.m. or at 8 a.m., then take it up to like, like a buy to sell type of thing. So I was like, okay, cool, that's what I'm going to do. But I didn't have no emotion when I took the trade, but at the same time, I was just kind of like, this doesn't feel right me taking this.
yeah,
But it ended up hitting the TP anyway. But I think it's just where it just comes down to kind of this repetition, really, in
yeah.
catching
It
the type of
does.
trade.
It does 100%. Just keep just keep putting in the work every day, just whether it's on the studies and then it's however you know, I wouldn't say however you study, but however you revisit the information. I
Yeah.
do believe a lot of back testing help.
Yeah,
Um,
no. That's what I didn't really trade London. That sell trade that I showed you, that's I think it's the same zone as you did. That was just a forward test. I was like, okay, cool. 'Cause I was going through back through ULE again,
mhm.
and then I was like, okay, let me just look on the live chart and see what I can catch. And then I just marked out what was in Asia, like equal highs, and mostly everything that we induced.
Yeah,
Sorry, mostly everything that was getting induced was getting filled by an order block. So the order block was getting filled every time that a piece of liquidity was being induced. I said, okay, cool. This is more confidence for me to take a sell. And then I think you marked out a level of consolidation in the same area too, if I'm wrong. But yeah,
for
I'll
GU.
wait for EU.
Okay, yeah, I think I did. We had the same markings actually.
Yeah, so I'll wait for the sweep of that, wait for a change of character, and then this tapped in. So pretty much, yeah.
Yep, it
I
was
just did mark out that trend line that you marked out there.
this one.
No, going for the sell for London.
Oh, from London, this one here.
Yeah, yeah. That's the only thing I didn't mark out is the trend line.
Yeah, these two trend lines is what led me to take that sell. Because after we did the M1 shift, I'm like, okay, we're coming to take one, two, this zone, and we're gonna come to this big boy. So I just took it all the way down here. But
Got
like I said, it was me trying something new. Normally, I don't. I want to see an M1 shift and also a breakup structure because this would have been high, low, high, low, high, low, high. But it didn't take this and then
Yeah.
mitigate. So I just kind of risk it. But yeah,
Okay.
EU still pushing up from the same position we assume. So we'll see. Hopefully it gets to there, inshallah, and
Yeah.
we close it out for the day.
Well, thanks for that. I'm definitely gonna go through the inducements as well because that really helped. But sometimes, like, it was nice how short it was because that's what I've been trying to go through too. Is trying to catch the inducements as well as being in the trade to kind of understand,
Yeah,
is my bias still correct, or is, like you see here where we was looking at, it swept the high of the trend line, then it
yeah,
swept the low. What way is it gonna go? So it's kind of understanding that.
yeah. No, I
But yeah,
guess yeah, maybe like what, maybe end of the month or the start of next month or so, we could do another Zoom session. We could just kind of polish up some more things that we've learned and
yeah,
uh adjusted towards the market with. So
yeah, no,
you'll be able to look back and see the growth.
yeah, no, 100%. And I'm assuming you recorded this as well. I said it was recording.
Yep. I'll
Yeah,
probably I don't know, I'll probably just upload it to like a YouTube channel. It's like a little segment I do where
that's
I have just like these little Zoom calls with anyone where it's like trading related. I did the same with Wasim. Him and I spoke I think 2 days ago. We had a similar Zoom call during New York session.
all right, cool. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let me know. Send me the YouTube link and I'll just have a look at it too, because I think it'll be quite beneficial
Yeah.
to kind of look at.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. I got
I
you.
appreciate it, Susan. Hopefully that hits TP as well.
Yeah. If
Hopefully.
it doesn't, it's okay. We put it to break even. So either
No,
way,
yeah,
it comes back and take us out. We were able to take these other three trades for the day.
yeah, man.
All
All right,
right.
then. Well, enjoy your day. Yeah.
Thank you. You as well. Take care.
See you later. Bye bye.